Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this month's June 2025 edition of OakCrest Insight. So today, I want to take a few minutes and share what's been happening in the markets recently. So January, February through the end of May, where things stand today with the markets, and a few key takeaways from a recent economic update meeting that I attended with chief economists and fund managers. Exciting stuff, I know. But there's a lot of valuable insights that we can bring back to our clients. We know headlines can often feel overwhelming, sometimes even a little scary if we admit it to ourselves. But over the last few days, even, you see headlines have been about the potential war in the Middle East. And so now how is this going to impact the markets? Part of our role is to cut through the noise, keep you informed based on the data, not the drama with what we hear on the news and the media. When emotions are high, it's easy to lose that perspective long term. And that's where having that steady hand on your personal finances becomes so important. Earlier this year, let's backtrack a little bit. In February, you probably saw your accounts reach all-time highs in the markets. Then shortly after, you started seeing them go down, right? The markets had a pullback. That was largely due to the uncertainty surrounding tariffs and global trade. At one point, the S&P 500 dropped nearly 20%. But since then, we've seen some stabilization as trade tensions have eased or paused within certain countries, bringing a bit more clarity to the outlook. What's that done? The markets have jumped and increased. Now, here's something. In the recent presentation I attended, the meeting, I'm putting on the screen now for you a slide to look at. One of the key themes discussed was this disconnect between how people feel about the economy and their personal finances and what the data or actually the economy is today, right? So let's look at this. Consumer confidence, especially in terms of your personal finances, how do you feel today? What this shows us is it's near levels all-time low that we saw back in 2008 great financial crisis. What does that mean? What that means is people's expectations for their finances are worse than the Great Recession when the market dropped over 50%. So that's surprising, because when you actually look at the numbers in our economy, we are in a different place. We're nowhere near what 2008 was when markets are dropping and people are losing jobs and businesses going under. Despite this negative sentiment, though, the market hasn't collapsed. In fact, though, through the end of May, the S&P 500 is now slightly positive for the year, up about 1%. And if you look at international markets, these have performed even better. Some countries or regions being up double digits. The broader economy is still growing at a healthy pace, around 5%. Corporate revenues are strong, and one of the key drivers of this growth is increasing use of AI and technology, allowing businesses to operate more efficiently. So, even here in our own firm, we're using technology to better serve clients, faster, smarter. The labor market remains resilient with low levels of layoffs and steady unemployment. So, while many Americans feel like we're in a recession, the data simply doesn't support that view, and we want to reiterate that to you. It's not a booming economy, it's not a crashing economy, it's a steady economy. Maybe even a little bit boring, we might call it. But boring can be a good thing in times of uncertainty. The economist I spoke with doesn't expect a dramatic market swing, 20% upside, 20% up downside. Instead, what they're anticipating is more maybe that moderate growth the rest of the year, high single digits. That's quite different from the fear-driven stories we often see in the media today. So, Ryan, what does this mean for me? Well, here at OakCrest, we're keeping a very close eye on trade developments and other global trends like the Middle East today. But overall, we remain moderately optimistic about the market and economy heading into the second half of the year, despite what we just went through on the big drop here a couple months ago. We hope this helps as you review your investment statements here, listen to the media, and wonder about your financial future. So as always, we're here to keep you informed and really grounded in facts, not fear. So if you have any questions or just really want to talk through what this means for you and your personal plan, don't ever hesitate to reach out to us and our team here. That's what we're here for. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month on OakCrest Insight.